Here we go. Hey, we got e4. That's a start. And we got a Taimanov. Nice. I like that. Here we go. Now, takes now is actually kind of an interesting moment to do it because technically this is a moment where you could take with any single one of these. Pawn takes in d5 makes a lot of sense. Queen takes in a6. But very technically, I'll say, without a6 played, this is totally fine. Probably this. Yeah, bishop f4, but at the end of the world. If e5, then we'll always bring our knight back to d7, no problem. Okay. I don't mind this. g6 will have to play, most likely, but that's okay. That's okay. G5 and H5 is like hyper aggressive, but I think with H3, he's kind of covered there. So I'm not so sure I'm gonna go for that. Oh, sorry, my bad. For sorry, for Salty, of course, we have to send it for Salty. My fault, Neil. Wouldn't want to disrespect Salty there. If it's for Salty, it's okay. We can do it. Wouldn't want to disrespect the clown. Okay. Let's go here. Pawn to c5, I didn't like knight b5, knight d6. So maybe a6 and c5 was an idea. But I was a little apprehensive. I thought maybe like take this and then try for c5. But he's not budging. Queen b6. This bishop, you know, after like h4, it is going to be pretty out of the game. Yeah, Tim, whatever you do, if it's for Salty, it's all good. You know? Then no one's judging you. It's for Salty, after all. Let's push. Maybe queen b4. Bishop a6. I have a very sturdy little central pawn mass here. For the most part, squares seem to be covered. Takes. We gotta move this. Which way do we want to go? I'm kind of liking this one. Keeping an eye here. Maybe bishop a6. The only issue in my position is my king. And we're well aware that that's the problem here. Just because I can't really castle in either direction, but that's Salty for you. Can't do much there. G4 is playable, but I'm not sure if we're exactly proud. So when the rook comes here, how do we want to be able to meet that? Probably just bishop here. Rook there. Okay. I think we need to get this queen off this pawn so that my king can actually move. I really wanted to play h4, but I think removing this queen from the f7 pawn is super important. Let's see if we can survive. Totally normal position. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Oh no, not this. Not the best move. The only reason I think we're half surviving here is the fact that I believe we can run. Okay. Yeah, let's make sure to make all the possible threats in the position. King there, maybe to stop the mate. Oh. Couldn't quite sucker him in with that, but I suckered him in with this. Bishop here, and rook e1, mate. Get him out of here, salty clown chess. King f1 wouldn't have helped either. There was mate on h1. Also, bishop a6 is a big move. It always works, I tell you. We want c4, kind of playing it in the Taimanov way. Usually this is just annoying. Like, he goes here, he's gonna have to play h6. H3 could be played. He wants to play g5, I presume. I think this is one of those times where you play d4, and after e4, you just play d5. You know that you just need to open the position up. So this might lose a pawn, I'm not sure, but I haven't really thought about it because I know if I open the position, I'll be happy. Whereas if I don't and I move the knight and black goes d5, I think, you know, the pawn storm is coming. It can get a little scary. So I'm gonna make sure to, you know, play d4, but then d5. Keep it open. We can take, we can also go knight d4 here, but I think taking is fine. Which one do we like? They'll probably be literally the exact same thing. The only thing that might be better is by going here first, I could take with the knight, and I think I like that. I think I have knight f5 here. Hitting the bishop twice, and if the bishop takes, I take with the queen. And now I'm hitting the rook. Okay, rook d1 looks like a pretty nice move. There's also a bishop check. Lots of moves here. Castle, rook d1 will have amazing pressure on that d6 pawn. Castle, knight there. There's an issue. We do have bishop h5 check, but I actually think he might be about to play king e7 without prompting. So it might be time to just go here. So I think he's about to do this, so bishop h5 seems like a total waste. Rook d1. Rook g8, it looks like there are threats coming, but I don't think they're going to be too dangerous. We'll just triple up here. Queen takes a7 if rook d8. Yes, there's knight f3, but I think pawn on g3 holds everything together. Takes. Something should fall here. Material's headed in my direction. Let's take. Could take here, but I think this is the simplest. We'll make sure to move this pawn. Can actually take here because we have check. Let's go here. There's no way I lose this pawn now. Rook here, if you take, I take that pawn. So I think now we just start pushing this. And yeah, just gonna resign. Very nice, put it in the win column. Technically, queen for 2 rooks is an imbalance, and I would rather have the position totally even with me with an extra piece rather than have an imbalance. So maybe not, but it wouldn't be a bad move if you did. Just preference. Trying to keep our Taimanov setup here. E3 if bishop f5. We can also play e4 as we know, because I think it forces that. So this is that one time where I actually don't mind playing this move. It's because the knight has to take and just follow up with pawn takes. Opens up our bishop, brings the rook. Threaten that, probably b6. Okay, this bishop I don't love on this square. I'm actually gonna bring it back, although then there's knight d4. Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. Knight d4 is actually a move here. Now, not so much. I want to make sure we're controlling the light squares here. Oh. He tricked me. Because queen there was not a threat. He tricked me. Hey. This was the exact move only move I needed to prevent. I mentioned it last turn, but I forgot about it this turn. So, takes is just, it's such a necessary move, but it's a little ugly. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. That's what we must do. But yeah, this was a sneaky move. Very sneaky move. Let's go here. That one knight d4 move really saved his position. It was just going to be like 2 bishops, very uncomfortable. But I think he got bailed out there. Let's just move the queen out of the way. Okay, we'll push. Interesting. Interesting. Feels like we're supposed to be taking to keep some semblance of play in the position. G3. I'm trying to put my pawns on dark squares and my king on a light square. You don't want your pawns on light squares and king on a dark square when they have a dark square bishop, that's for sure. So we want to double the rooks here. G3, king G2. Also, queen attacking the rook, that could be relevant. Rook here and takes is an option. Also, at some point, c5 and bishop c4 is going to happen. Don't think that's not an idea. Like, for example, now. Let's push this. GG. It was a really nice move by him that we just momentarily missed. I noticed it here, but oops. Totally forgot about it here. And yeah, at this point, we just need to move our queen, and we have an amazing position. Queen a4, queen b3. But I mentioned the move, and then I totally forgot about it on the next turn. Oops. Now knight d4 is a super powerful move. Very nice game. We had a nice two-bishop position. Good to remember that bishop f5, you play e4, even though it looks bad, it forces knight c3, which fixes your pawns. Is he finally gonna give us what we so desire? Yay! Taimanov. This is what we're here for. Okay, pretty main line. Is it gonna be a long castle variation or maybe like this? Okay. Queen d2. Usually you want to stop knight g4. I say usually. Knight g4 is definitely coming to mind. So I know he's probably going to go there. We'll see how this move works out. Okay, starts by taking, but can I just take this? You always want to get your hands on the dark square bishop if you can. So I feel like I'm kind of happy doing this. How do we want to take this? Normally with a pawn, but I see now that he might be interested in like e5. So I'm going to take with the queen. And keep our, I suppose, our normal ideas intact here. So knight d5, is it playable by him? I actually don't think that it is. It looks like it is, but if I go bishop c5, doesn't your queen... It's just going to get messy, but doesn't your queen have to leave the e-file now? Takes, queen takes. Just have to put up with a bit of a strange position, but I have trouble believing that it actually works. I think I'm probably gonna pass. Just looks unnecessary. What if we go here? Now I'm threatening this. Knight f6, king h8. Not sure where the knight's going. Okay. This we understand. Knight's in a very weird spot, but I suppose it's relocating. Let's just play this. Rook c8 will be nice. Knight here, we just move the queen. Kind of a weird game. Queen a4. I feel like this is a little more normal. I was thinking about queen a4, but you would pretty easily play king b1. Did it anyway. No need to give him free moves. What a weird game. Feels like we've made some very good strides, but we're definitely going to have to play some defense here. The h-pawn is certainly going to reach h6. It's like kind of forced. Takes. Probably just take it. Obviously, we don't want to take here and get mated. Here, knight takes, queen there. I think we have rook f5. Or king g8, I suppose. Bishop d5 is a nice looking move to defend, and also maybe finally the move a3. Should have played it last turn, but yeah, the move a3 is going to be killer here. Take, he's going to go b3, we're going to push. Might go bishop c2, and then I think we take. Has to be this. GG. Got a mate in there finally. Yeah, if he went to b1, then he would have got mated on a1. So it was actually, strangely enough, our attack that went through first, even though his attack was raging the entire game. Yeah, we hunted him down there. I realized, I actually thought that this was mate when I first did it, but this might have been a little quicker. But yeah, once we play a3, I mean, he doesn't have a single threat over here. As long as I'm not tempted to take, there's nothing really happening. All right, more Sicilian. More Taimanov. Okay, just goes and takes right away. This is one of the easiest ones to play. We just go d5, we bring the knight. As soon as we get attacked, we go back. Bishop e7. Queen b6, bishop a6. Just trade that bishop off. I always like this. I just think it's easy to play. Thanks, Pieces and Pawns, for the sub. Let's hit the bishop. Bishop a6, b3. Kind of holds together a little bit. Let's go a4. Let's stop that move b3 from happening. Not as easy as my opponent might like to make it. We don't mind playing g6 here. Queen b6. Our king is reasonably safe in the center. It's just this structure is so solid, so I often don't mind leaving the king there. If I castle, then you get into queen g4, bishop h6, and it can be a really quick attack, so I often just end up leaving the king. Maybe the old g5 will make a reappearance. a3 we'd be happy to see. I would take a step back, no problem, and then move b4 just doesn't hit as hard. Takes, it could be knight takes. But a3 really comes to mind as well. I'm gonna go for this. Helps him connect his pawns, but long term, if I get a knight to b4, I feel like I'm pretty happy there. Knight a6, queen back, and knight b4. It looks like a strange plan, and perhaps it's a little slow, but it's something I can do for the rest of the game. Like, if you're wondering what I'm up to, it might be that. Bishop g5 likely happening. Okay, well, as I said, I'm just gonna continue my plan. Bishop g5, queen c5. And I'm slowly relocating that knight. So just gonna it's gonna put pressure on a2 for the rest of the game. Kind of nice. I'm very weak on the dark squares, there's no doubt about that. But at least I have a clear game plan here. I would go here, but then takes and my d-pawn gets a little bit loose. Basically, I want to do the exact same thing, except have this defended. Now I think I'm threatening c5, d4. Technically, there's knight c2. It's interesting. He's definitely very aware of the repercussions here. Ooh. Don't think I'm going to be able to hold this square, unfortunately. Let's bring this bishop in. Ooh, maybe I can hold the square after all. Jeez, this guy's really tricky. Holy smokes. Wait, where did the speed come from? Where did the speed come from? Oh my goodness. Jeez. Where did that speed come from? Man, he caught me off guard there. That was technically, very technically, a Taimanov. GG. Yeah, he caught me off guard there. I was like, he found some good moves though. G5 H4 is super strong. This is really nice. Very good, like, end of game kind of. It's a great move anyway, but such a strong move in time pressure. Because I can't just like play H4 and then pre-move everything on dark squares. So this was sick. This was a sick move. But yeah, we were really in control here. So this was nice. Waiting for the queenside plan. The reason that I like this line in the Taimanov is you just kind of sit here solid and nothing really happens to you. Like pretty much the entire game went by and my king stayed in the middle and didn't really face a single threat. We had a plan, we executed it, and we just got flagged. Slow, bro. I'm on the wrong account here. But actually one of them was, so I don't even have that on my side anymore. Okay, not really a Taimanov, but maybe. Oh, the checkmate course won't come in too handy for me because I'm not checkmating anybody. I'm the one getting checkmated. I need like an anti-checkmate course. Let's play d4 so I have the diagonal. Okay. Maybe we want to put the king over there. I'm not sure. I wasn't ready to immediately castle. So at some point, we're probably going to need to play f6 to kick this knight out. But the e6 pawn is going to need some tender care. Although right now, I think this is a moment to do it. Now that the rook's not on the e file, it just looks less scary. Let's do this. I think I want to put my bishop on c7. It's like the diagonal to be on. I was actually going to play king f7 and then, okay, maybe there's some sort of trickery with knight e5. But this looks correct. Bishop on c7. At this point, we're, you know, we're looking to just score a dub. That's it, plain and simple. Okay. There's probably stuff to take here, but I'll try to keep my eyes on the prize. Rook g6 feels like the right idea. That being defended is definitely helpful. Okay. Here drops that. Wow. Jeez. We take that? Suppose it's now the H pawn that's the target, is that it? Here, I mean, it feels like that's very destructive. But where's the win? This feels like the right move. Just have to make sure you have answers for all this sort of weird stuff. So maybe this one. It's a bit better, just to target this. What? Not sure what the best checkmate is there, but something was a little off about that position. Good game, good game. I'm not sure it was a mouse slip. Time was short. Dang, this E6, the nemesis of the Taimanov. Like, we really want him to take, but for the most part, we can't really make that happen. Knight takes, though. Yeah, there we go. Well, we have a Taimanov structure here. This kind of works. This kind of works. I'll take with the rook. Kind of want to go for b4 here. This would be a very normal move. Yeah, I think he wants to do that. Here, takes, knight e5, takes. I think that's what we have to go for. Interesting. I might have taken here first if I were him. Bishop f1 always watches over the pawn pretty nicely. Get an escape square of our own. Let's go b5. Now these pawns are immobilized. Oh, it's a great move by me. Like this. How do we generate something substantial here. That's what I'd like to know. That's what I'd like to know. Trying to make some meaningful threat, but it's not that easy to do. Not that easy to do. Yeah, I was thinking of this, Yojimbo. The problem was I think black can play a5 every time I do that. e4, especially if queen d5. I'm covering all the squares here. I think e4 is a good move. F4 is covered, so we can play e4 a little easier. Here, e5. Kind of gets this blockade that I don't love. Not sure what the evaluation of this is. I think it should be good for me. Interesting. Neither of us really wanted to actually just play to flag it. I was so interested in what the actual evaluation might be. I think that it should be that move. So I think the plan is to go like this, takes, f5 takes, and king f4, and then you like win with the h pawn or something like that. Like if he goes too far. That's an interesting endgame. Yeah, both of us were like not playing nearly as fast as like you should just start pre-moving. I could have easily lost that, but he seemed just as interested in the actual evaluation as I was. Oops. Ooh, okay. Wow, just immediately with this move. Might just go here. We could take knight f3, try to play d4 like that. But let's just go here. Castle, migrate to the other side of the board. I wish I could castle. That'd be fun. JC, thanks for the 3 subs. I'd appreciate a good castle. Castle with the bishop on d1, it becomes a light square bishop. That would be a great idea. Okay. Takes, I suppose, but truthfully, it's not forced. We could defend the bishop in a number of different ways. Let's say we do. Queen g5, maybe rook g1. Possible we see knight takes f2, but I was just hoping that wasn't going to be dangerous. Feels like I have enough pieces nearby to help with the defense. Rook f4 is an odd move because as soon as the rook gets attacked, you're losing something here. I think the best might be for him to just save that, because this is not the end of the world, but losing a piece is. Man, he's really taking some time here. Just save the knight. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Okay, he's going all in. Takes. He could take it back, but I think his plan is to take and then take. Knight h4. It's a good move. I don't have a choice. My moves are easy because there are not many of them. Okay. This move, by the way, doesn't actually threaten anything. I'm still gonna play this, but it doesn't actually threaten anything. This one looks good. Is there a move that actually makes a significant threat? I mean, this is a good move, but... Good game. Okay. Hey, we're turning it into, I have a feeling it'll go there. No, not quite. .95. Interesting. I think knight e4. I'm gonna play knight c5. e6 is, yeah, pretty much the move, I would say. It's kind of lucky here. Kind of lucky. e4, knight f4. With this bishop here. e6 I'll probably take. I think this pawn is our target now. Rook c2, rook c1. Wow. Takes, and there's no capturing there. The rook gets to enjoy the c5 square. Feels like we're all over him in this game, but that's not enough. a4. I don't think we want to make this pawn into a weakness of our own just yet. Okay, we're getting him to make some commitments. Here, g5, I'm not sure I'm ready to do anything there. I want to do this, but let's first do this, and then I think we're prying the position open. Also, now with our queen on c2, we can throw in h6. I think this is the best move order. h6, he'll just dodge it, so let's go here first. Now let's throw in this. Then we'll throw in h6 next. And let's throw that in. So there'll be some pawns fixed on some squares here. Let's take. Now the king is wide open, so plus this might be hanging. It's not really our main plan, but I feel like it's been a pretty good game. GG. This was a pretty good game overall. We slowly made progress on the king side because we had everybody tied down on that c pawn, but you're not going to win the game just from attacking the c pawn. Like, it's just not enough. You could sit here all day. So eventually you're going to have to start kind of poking and prodding on the other side of the board. I was happy to see f6. That's the weakness. And then we could hit him with the h5, e4, e5, h6, just kind of hitting him over and over. I think it's an overwhelming advantage now. GG. We're moving on up, slowly but surely.